Canada was one of the biggest decisions of my life. Personally, I had high hopes, I had dreams, I had a promise of a better future. But if I'm being honest, it hasn't been that good. Hey, no, God has been good. It has been good. But it hasn't been what I expected, Today, I want to share my biggest regrets about moving to Canada. Not to just discourage you, no, I would never do that. But to give you a realistic picture of what it's like. Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. It is me again, Emmanuel T. I'm here with another video. I'm going to talk about a very, very serious topic today. My biggest regrets about moving to Canada. And I mean, it's not just my biggest regrets. I think I'm going to make it general where I talk about other people's regrets for coming to Canada. Now, one thing is that this video is about my personal experience or experiences of other professionals, okay? People that I know, people that I've come into contact with, okay? So this regrets I'm talking about, it doesn't define everyone's journey. It's possible that's my regret, or the people that I know's regret that I'm bringing out here is not your regret. So they are just lessons worth considering, and so we're going to talk about that. Now, my first point is on financial reality. Now, one thing to talk about is the cost of living. Things are so high in Canada. You are a student, you're working 24 hours per week, you're earning that little money, and then you're paying your housing, you're paying your rent, your living expenses and everything, and groceries keep going up and up. Especially in major cities like Toronto and Vancouver. My friends, they are always complaining that it's not easy. Like housing being about $900 or $1,000 per month, and this is just like a small single room where you are still sharing the bathroom with other 5 people. So just imagine. Now, there are a lot of hidden costs as well that people really don't talk about, like insurance costs if you are driving and everything, like the taxes when you go and buy groceries and it's $19 and you finish and then you go and scan it and it's actually sometimes $25, $25, sometimes $30, and you wonder, why are the taxes so high? The taxes can really take all your money, and sometimes there has been a lot of times that I take a product, I get to the self-checkout counter, I swipe it, and I realize that no, this is something beyond the budget that I anticipated to pay for this product, and so I just decide to drop it off and pay for the other things and leave. Now, even though we talk about free healthcare is not entirely free. There are still things that you have to pay for, like the dental and prescription drugs. Most of the time you still have to pay for them, and so cost of living generally is high. Now, my second point on the financial reality is lack of job security or recognition. Now, people are not being recognized for the skills they have from back home. People come as lawyers, as teachers, as engineers, nurses, doctors, and they are not being recognized for their credentials, like their certificates and everything. And so they wonder if it was actually a good decision for them to actually come to Canada, because it's just tough. If you're a lawyer, you come here and then you have to go through a whole lot of certifications, and so by the time you are done going through that certification, whatever you brought on you to survive is even finished. And so a lot of people are regret coming to Canada because of that, especially those people who didn't come on a study leave or something, or come with something else waiting for them in Ghana, maybe a business or something, like they are running a business and they are coming here to also see how things are going to go, like how they can manage the system, how they can manage to make it in this system as well. Now, job security, finding a job in Canada is not that easy. Maybe I got it easy because I got a job as soon as I came to Canada, but a lot of people that I know did not get it easy. A lot of people have been here for a year and over, and they still do not have jobs. They apply, sometimes they go to the interviews, and then they don't call them back. Ghost. These employers keep ghosting people. They don't even sometimes have the courtesy of sending a message and be like, oh, you were a good candidate, but maybe we needed this number of people, and so we couldn't pick you and everything. Some of them don't even do that at all. They just reject you, and that is all. without even letting you know that they've rejected you, they reject you, and you keep on waiting for a response and it never comes. So that's one thing you should note. Now, my second point is on the weather show. Hey, it is cold. I mean, back in Ghana, I used to say that, oh, I love cold, I love cold. Yes, I love cold, but it is just cold. It is brutally cold. It is very cold. Hey, temperatures can drop up to like 40 degrees Celsius. And sometimes going out is even very, very difficult for me. So yesterday, I wanted to go out and I had to buy things for Walmart online because I just couldn't step out. It was minus 27. And I was like, man, go ahead. Like, I'm tired. I can't go out. Today is not a working day. Today is not a school day. I'm not going out. I'm not stepping out. I'm just buying this online. I needed some few things. I was like, no, I'm not going to go through the code because of that. Now, a lot of people say they are emotionally impacted because of that. Yes, I believe so. Because the long winters and lack of sunlight can lead to like seasonal affective disorder, SAD. Okay. And so I get why people, relate it to their health, condition or stuff like that and everything. But personally, I would not say it causes depression. I mean, you can't go out as much as you want to. You can't move around. You can't go for walks. You can't do things that you want to. But I don't accept the word depression. Personally, in my dictionary, there's no depression. But I mean, you tend to get lonely at times, and then the friends you have to go to probably live in areas where they are telling them that no visitors allowed, and so they can't also attend to you. And usually you can just stay outside and have communications or meet at parks with friends and everything, but you can't do it now because it's very cold, and so you can't even go stay at a park and talk to a friend. And so yeah, snowstorms, and people bundled in heavy winter clothing and gloomy weather mornings. It's actually something that makes me feel like, hey, see, coming to Canada, no, like, hey, I mean, I love cold, but this is too much. This is too much. And my third point is on social isolation and loneliness. I already mentioned loneliness because I mentioned the SAD. Now, it's so difficult to make connections in this country. It's so difficult to relate with people. Everybody has their circle of friends. So it becomes very, very difficult to actually find people that really like you, that you can have a very serious relationship with. It can really get lonely, and if you don't put yourself out there, you will definitely be isolated. And the moment you are isolated, that is all. I always advise that coming here, joining a church, and trying to engage in some volunteering activities has helped me a lot. If not, I would have been like the way other people say that, oh, I'm lonely. I mean, I sometimes get lonely because you can't always entertain yourself through calls. You can't always entertain yourself through, all those other social activities. It gets very lonely sometimes. And I mean, homesickness too is real. For some time now, I've been missing home. Hey, I've been missing the Ghanaian food. I've been missing everything. I think Christmas even made it worse. Like talking to family, people being back home, they eating fufu, they eating all those lovely dishes. It kept on making me feel like, oh God, I think I need to just go home for a while, just do a U-turn at home and come back, because homesickness is real. I really miss home. I miss my family. I miss every single thing about home, and sometimes I feel like, oh, I wish I could just go do some U-turn and come back. One other thing I would like to talk about is cultural differences. Now, I'll take note of something. Sometimes you meet friends, you meet people that you can think with, you can have, a very good relationship with. But because of the cultural differences, it doesn't work. Like, you have your own way of doing things and everything. Adapting to a new culture here in general can really feel overwhelming. Like, and Canada is a multicultural country, so you're meeting a lot of people with their own cultural values and their own, their own attitude, and sometimes it can really get like overwhelming. Like, you come from a more for Ghana, we come from a more community-oriented society where everybody knows everybody, where everybody talks to everybody, where everybody has, like, everybody's having fun with everybody, and so it's kind of easy to navigate that. But here it's quite different. Even if you have roommates, there's a way they don't think like you, they don't act like you, they don't, that kind of thing. Sometimes it's very, very difficult to find a common ground. And if you find a common ground, then that person is a friend for life. Like my roommate, yes, my Indian roommate, I love her so much. But if you don't find that, it becomes very, very hard for you to even feel comfortable in your living space, which is very, very hard. Now, the other point I'm going to talk about is immigration challenges. Hey, it's like anytime you wake up, anytime you get up, oh, you go to work, you're at work, somebody calls you, immigration update. And I'm like, oh God, when is that going to stop? It's like there's a lot of long and uncertain immigration processes going on. Like, you apply for something, even the wait time, like whilst waiting for it, it's like your heart is doing you, like, you know, your heart is beating. Hey, I hope I'm not going to get rejected. Oh, this is my study permit application. I hope I don't get rejected. Oh, the prayer and the tongues will be praying on it. Hey, it's not easy. It's like every time there's something for you to worry about, especially if you've not attained that PR citizenship stage yet. You are always thinking about something. Like your brain is always hot. You're just confused every time. Now you're hearing a lot of people getting rejected, especially study permit extensions, and there been delays in general or rule changes. Okay, it's very, very hard, I would say. Sometimes navigating this system without like the needed support is very, very hard. It's like you're doing everything on your own. You are facing life alone. People care. I wouldn't say nobody cares. People care, but it's still your own because they also have their problems. You can't put your problems on somebody. So it's very, very hard. My feed point is career sacrifices and over-qualification. So now, like I said initially, professional credentials not being recognized, people having to start over in a new field or pursue additional certifications. It's so hard for them. The other point I'm going to talk about is mental health struggles. Back in Ghana, we don't even see anything as mental health challenges. I mean, we see everything as a normal life. You're just going about your daily life, but it can be very, very challenging. People are really going through a lot of mental health issues in this country, like mental health struggles. It's like you said, you are just trying to be tough, but the toughening is not toughening. The toughening is not toughening. So it can be very, very hard sometimes. Things are done here is different from the way you do. Financial stress, thinking about how to pay your fees, your living expenses and everything is very hard. Sometimes limited access to mental health services due to high cost or lack of awareness is a problem because there's a lot for you to deal with. You're not even looking for somebody to actually talk to about your problems. And even if you want to talk to people about your problems, I believe that we are from Africa. I mean, our therapists, our parents, our friends and everything, because I mean, I don't know, it's very hard for you to sit there for somebody like a professional to talk to you. You are just learning it, but it's not easy. I even just learned going to like check up every like 3 months. I had that opportunity to do that back at home, but I wasn't doing it anyway. Now what I've learned and advised to other people, okay, now not every regret is permanent. There are always ways to adapt and grow. Okay, the fact that you've come here doesn't mean that, I mean, you've come here and you're facing some challenges doesn't mean you should give up. Now make sure that you research, understand Canada's realities. I mean, those who are coming, understand Canada's realities before moving. Okay, make sure you save more than you think you will need when you are coming to Canada. It's very urgent for you to note that. Now build a network. When you come, build a network. Join cultural associations or local groups to reduce loneliness. Go to church, have fun, like meet people, try to meet people, join volunteering activities, go out, do something. And also be flexible when you come here. I mean, like I'm saying, people don't easily get jobs and everything, so just be flexible. Do something, like find something to do, like survival jobs to do at the meantime, and then you work on your certifications to actually get the jobs that you really want to get. Okay, so now, like I said, my regrets will be, you know, not knowing about the weather conditions, like going through a lot of stress, financial costs here and there, immigration's always following us and making us feel horrible and everything. But generally, I believe that it's going to be well. It's well already in Jesus' name. One thing you should note is that moving to Canada is a journey filled with both opportunities and challenges. These regrets have taught me valuable lessons, and I hope that they will give you some clarity for your own decisions. If you've moved to a new country, even if it's not Canada, let me know in the comments. What are your biggest challenges? What are you facing so far? If you're an international student here, you can just share what you are going through right now. What are your regrets? Do you regret coming to Canada in general, or they're just normal, like temporary regrets that you have sometimes? And make sure that please, if you've come, you've watched all this video, you've seen my beautiful face, please support me by liking, by sharing, by subscribing, by turning on your post notification, just so if another video comes, you are the first to actually watch it. Now until next time, take care and bye bye.